And a couple of people that have already got their ticket through: Colin Duffy, Jesse Grouper, Natalia Brooke, and then Annie Sanders. So those names you're not going to see competing. Coming out for the gentlemen in 6th place down to 1st, Hugo Hoyer, Simon Hibbler, and we have Ben Hanna, and then we have Nathan Sato, Charlie Barron, and then here your first place finalist, Dylan, also known as Bob Countryman. They are.
The women right behind him. Here they come, first out of the gate. Well, in order.
Yeah.
Qualifying position, it's Annalise Van Huang, Melina Costanza. This is from left to right. Adrian Akiko Clark, Quinn Mason, Nakaya Sanders, and on the far right with 4 tops in the semifinals round coming into the finals seated. In the first place position, it's Helen Gillette.
Annalise Van Huang and Hugo Hoyer. Yeah, he's a strong young lad, and Annalise has come up in the last couple of years and just stomped all over competitions.
Yeah, quite the stats already for being so young in the scene.
Yeah, so
here they go, off the ground.
Hugo in this corner, and we're just going to let the climbers show you how this boulder moves. And we'll see what they can do in terms of complexity and movement. Meanwhile, Annalise on the left side, also looking to see a bit of a coordination style movement here.
Oh, Hugo doing a great job of managing these rotations. Yep. He gains the zone there. You can see his right hand. He's spun around backwards. You can see the white tape with the white circle on it. That's the zone hold, but he's already looking for the top. He's got his eyes on it, looks for it.
He does have it.
A flash for Hugo Hoyer starting out the round. Not bad.
Love it. Absolutely love it. That's excellent rock climbing, good management of movement, and well read by Hugo Hoyer.
His ability to read plastic climbing, comp climbing is unrivaled. Here's Annalise.
Don't think that boulder's easy because Hugo flashed it.
Giving the wrong impression there. Yeah. Really executed that well. Here's Annalise Van Huang controlling the zone, continuing to move left.
Getting into sort of a bit of a high risk, low percentage start move and into a careful, measured, balancy, crimpy, uncomfortable finish. So a real change of styles pop in the middle of this boulder.
Quick match.
Getting the match in there.
Trying to decide.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe she carried a little bit too much power. Right? I mean, you come out of isolation, heart rate way up,
fired
adrenaline way up,
ready to bring it.
Yeah. So they give you the opening move, you get to use that, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, you got to calm down a little bit in the middle of a boulder." And that's something in the route setters, toolbox is. We're going to make you change styles in the middle of the boulder and take a minute to calm down and not lose your feet. But Annalise has shown to be more than capable even at the young age of 16.
Back up again, zone in hand, secure position that she's in right now.
Yeah. To immediately insecure.
Yeah, feet disappearing to the left. A lot of distance to cover there.
Oh, good work there. It's sort of the slow lean is good. Slows everything way down.
Really well done by Annalise. One more thing to do here. Eyes on the top.
Climbing like a route setter and getting a little bit of
up, finds foot. Oh, not a problem.
Really
Very
nice.
Well done.
Great climbing from Annalise.
Lots of people in here. Here's Hugo Hoyer once again tucked up into that corner.
Thinking about going kind of back to face in, and then says, no, I'm going to keep this movement going.
Intuitive, so fluid. Yeah. It's like he never stops rotating. Back to Annalise. Nice top. No struggle there.
That's going to bring us Melina Costanza and Simon Hibbler.
Melina Costanza has absolutely been bone-crushing. She won the bouldering and lead climbing gold medals at the Yeti National Championships in Boise not just a few months ago. Mm-hmm. Simon Hibbler, incredibly driven, focused competitor. Always rooting for Simon, so excited to see if they can put it together. First attempt for Melina. She's back on the ground. Simon starting to wrestle.
Yeah, so he's also starting to make, they're going to see a moment where they think, is this what they want me to do? And they said they've had a chance to talk about it. He has to
Look at that his fight on his face.
This is good stuff.
He's close. He's in striking distance to that top. He wants it. Looks for it with the right.
Oh! Just can't quite get enough spring. But he feels it.
He likes that. Yeah. Of course, you want the flash, but you feel good if you can just get the top at all. Mm-hmm. Then,
yeah, and their body language will tell you when they're like they're waiting. You'll see that change.
Oh, it is easy.
And he immediately clapped his hands and was like,
"Let's go.
Let's go.
It's on.
Yeah, this boulder's climbable.
And Melina looks forward again. Moves left. The right-hand press.
That's complex. There's a lot going on. She needs to be just a shade higher, I think, to
get
that right
that
hand.
chest up to straighten that right arm. Simon back in it. No time to waste.
Yeah, and let's just remember that just because you did it once, you have to be careful, and this is awkward at best.
Easy on your fingers, not easy on the rest of your body. Triceps, deltoids, back extensors, that stuff gets worn out quick.
Oh, good
There's
catch.
Melina.
Good catch from Melina.
Just forcing it into making it happen.
Yeah, the left side of that, the hold she's on now is decent enough to make a save, so she did make excellent use of that. Into the, tenuous.
All right.
And Melina also in a gently tenuous position. So you're going to see climbers come out, and you're going to see Boulder get flashed, and you're going to see no one do it for 4 climbers in a row. Then you're going to see it get done in the last 30 seconds, and you're going to see it get flashed again on the next Boulder. That's all going to get turned inside out. So just because you've seen it done once, don't for a second think that every other competitor after that is going to smash the Boulder. Simon now back up again. Not a lot of time remaining. It's getting close to a minute.
There's really something that can happen. The first go can go very well, and I think there's a certain sort of momentum that you have coming out of the gate. And then the second, we've all experienced this, where you very nearly flash it and then never do it at all. Not wishing for that to happen. Really rooting for Simon here. Melina fights her way through again on the left side.
Gets a good catch.
Now Simon back in position.
Just
eyeballing that top.
God, like none of it looks comfy.
Please! Oh! Come
Slides
on!
down the back rib of that hold.
That hurts.
That is unfortunate, to say the least.
Back to Melina now. Looks like Simon's going to call it around. Melina must be fighting the clock right now.
Yeah.
Our clock here is down.
Okay, she's reluctant to match this, which should tell you something because, I mean, it's matchy-matchy down there. Gets the foot on. I can hear the beeps. That's time. After Annalise and Hugo smashed tops.
The replay, here she is fighting her way
That's
through.
Such
really,
a good catch. That my right shoulder hurts looking at that.
Yeah, not exactly how you want to catch it, but awesome that she's getting it done. And great, she's got the zone here.
Adrian Akiko Clark on the left and Benjamin Hanna on the right.
Quick brush.
Yeah, knows that that's going to be a low friction point of the boulder. And Adrienne popping up, and she is going to go just maybe a little more measured. This looks eerily like the position on Boulder 4 from the semifinal. That kind of frog balance.
Yeah.
And Benjamin just walking, making decisions here.
Deciding to turn back, face out.
This is what the route setters wanted, was indecision in position.
And they say that it can be done facing if you face in towards the wall, you can do it the whole time technically, but it would be way harder to do. So the path of least resistance is to spin, not only just start facing out, but sort of spin your way through the whole boulder.
Yeah,
he's doing a little mix here.
And his feet are going to be backwards. Adrian just missing the palm press. Yeah, his feet, he's going to want to have his feet the other way, and it could be hard. He is going to get it over there. Nice.
I feel like the boulder invites you into that position a little bit. You fight to do it the other way, and then the opening up, it just feels good.
This is a really good angle to show you that when they're here, they're not relaxing. This isn't comfortable.
Yeah, you can see it on his face for sure.
And he's hogging it with one hand. Adrian.
Eyes on it. Big fight. Ben Hanna,
there we go.
Finds it. That's huge.
Patiently gets a flash. I love this. He's never shy with letting you know how psyched he is on a ball. My little wrench in the back. I feel that 100%. Excellent work, Ben Hanna. That flash is in the bank.
All right.
We get back to Adrienne. Here we
can
go.
Hear our MC Ahmed hyping up the crowd in here. He's done tons of energy.
Yes, she gets a save. All right. Into the careful portion. About a minute and 40 to go.
There's our clock. Back up. Passing into that zone. Little screw-on jibs underneath there. Very shallow. No positivity to them at all. It's all about just generating that upward force, like overhead pressing as hard as you can into that feature.
Yeah, a really
great shot
good
of the small left hand. Not terrible.
But not in cut at all.
And it's the position here that makes this difficult.
Yeah, you've got to travel so far.
Looks for the left foot.
Wonderful stuff.
Very nice. Goes up right hand.
Right hand into that. And
looking
he's
good.
Go
there we go.
False drop knee. Really nice. I mean, one of the hallmarks of the way that she climbs is how smoothly she did the jump, stab, crimp, catch. That's because they planned it in their mind when they're standing there. Ben Hanna, here we go.
Swinging around on that jug, kicking the feet, so psyched.
Yeah. And he knows he doesn't get, there's not jugs on the top of all the boulders. And then we see here,
use it.
She just gets into that little hip drop, allows her to come in and match
stemming that. Between those two features. Next out of the gate here, Quinn Mason, Nathan Sato.
I noticed that there's not a lot of people aren't sort of sponsored by their state. I'm Canadian, if you don't know. And at our nationals, we have provincials and provincial teams. So a lot of the athletes at nationals are wearing their provincial team jerseys. And then they'll have their gym logo on them. And here I don't see anything from
like
their kind of where they live. There's no support from their from the state, as it were. And we do that in Canada. We have provincial governing bodies. So for me, it's cool to see everyone gets to wear whatever the heck they want. And here we are.
Well, that's the upside.
Yeah. You get to have a little bit of style infused into the game.
Hey, a little bit of support from the state wouldn't be so bad either. Good both ways. Anyway, Quinn Mason, Nathan Sato entering into battle here.
Nathan, and just to show you that, Ben and Hugo's read, Nathan's a smart dude, and he is fighting to find the right way to get into this body position as we see Quinn get the stick on the opening jump.
Yeah, Quinn stuck it a little bit different. Both hands to the jug on the left side of that high hold. No right hand press. Quinn, incredible technical climber and so good at route reading. So whatever she decides is best, I trust it. Nathan Sato on the right, really fighting to stay on. He's in a tricky spot right now.
Yep. And the wall is pushing you towards
effort.
The floor. Great effort. About a maybe 20-degree overhang, that gray wall. It's steeper in real life. It looks on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Promise you that. Ooh.
Looks for it.
Yeah. Quinn being quite careful, which is...
takes a lot of work to get here. You don't want to drop it.
Yeah.
She's looks uncertain about jumping out left, investigating other possibilities, but now looks for it.
Gets it.
There's the stab.
Yeah.
Really nice.
You have that hesitation where you don't quite believe your own decision-making, and then you have that, I guess I have to do something.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing, once your body starts swinging that direction, you can't save it. Mm-hmm. So there's the high-risk maneuvers that you have no choice but to commit to.
Yeah, good look at the top, also getting into that little drop knee. Super psyched. Great work from Quinn Mason. Just very carefully measured the jump out. Didn't put any more momentum into it than she knew she could control. And that's, as you were saying, and as we were saying earlier, your body knows. And when you just allow instincts to take over, it can often look like you've practiced the move a dozen times. And they've all done a crossbody crimp drop.
Yeah, that's why
at some point.
Volume of high-level training is so important. You've never climbed on this boulder before, but you've done that move in a different
a piece
way,
of a puzzle.
different place.
Yeah, exactly. Nathan now a rueful look across the room at the clock, I think, there. And then just...
high stakes here, under a minute.
He is getting the spin.
Now this...
but just getting pushed towards the floor. This is such a cruel position. And just fundamentally different. I love that. I love that about the way the sport plays out. Jumping back on, 20 seconds, enough time to go and establish the zone properly.
If he nails it somehow, he could find his way through, but it's a tall order for Nathan.
And now he's got no time to think. He's maybe just even the push.
It might help to not have any time to think. All it is savage effort. He's looking 5 seconds left.
Look at this. Boom, so smooth.
Just capturing that swing that would otherwise take you off the wall and stopping yourself in the black volume. Really well done.
And then the finish hold, you need to be careful. It's not very good. You're not going to see anybody campus or jump to it. If you moved enough, you can't just sort of fumble it around. You have to use the zone hold to move another part of your body.
So, and that can be really sort of gray, and when you do and when you don't, and hard to spot, really.
Yeah, and the judges will walk through the boulders with the route setters and look at the intended sequence into the zone and get an idea of the position and what they're going next, so they have an idea. They're not coming in blind. They do walk through every boulder with the chief of the setting crew, and they're like, okay, they need to do this from there, so this movement would count in that way. So they do a lot of homework. in order to get that set up properly.
Here's Nakaya Sanders on the left side, Charlie Barron on the right. Both longtime competitors. They know their way around a competition, that's for sure.
Nakaya is going to consider whether she can do something sneaky.
It feels like so Nakaya to be checking out some alternate options like that.
Like, maybe I could just sort of climb along the bottom. And Charlie Barron.
I feel like Charlie Barron's shoulders are just made for this.
He's
looking to all the way. Oh! Whoa!
Super nice. Love it. No need to match the zone. Oh,
give
like
it to him.
Yeah, give him a little bit of love. There we go.
Thinking on the fly there, abandoning the zone.
Basically, yeah.
Just blasting straight
just
past
sort of blasting right past it, using it as a pivot point, feeling comfortable with his footwork down there. And, you saw Nathan just never really thought his feet were going to hold him up. Charlie, it's the right idea, as we've seen. If you're locked your elbow out, if you're too deep or you're too high, you're not going to hold the swing. So it's a margin of error super, super low, even though it's overall a big hold.
You can see here, there's a considerable distance that she has to move left here. One thing if you're jumping from straight below those two holds and you're jumping straight into a press, we know how to do that. But when you're going up and leaping quite hard to the left, then it's a lot more axes to deal with. There she
went the other way,
shaking it up. Now
she switched hands.
That hold she's matched on right now, quite good.
Yeah,
quite good. So that'll save you a little bit.
But she switched hands.
Oh yeah, loved it.
Yeah, that's great. I'm just going to say that again in case no one else noticed that she did that opposite to everyone else to this point. Good stuff. She's also held together by tape at this point down her right side. A lot of tape going on. I hope that's not serious enough to be an issue. Yeah, but we got a little extra physio help for sure in there. And then you see how quickly this clock burns down. So you don't want to have to do the top of this boulder more than once. And Nakaya just looking for that clock.
Checking things out. It's not too pressing, however. No. This is not a very fast-moving boulder.
And the
really wants to get it done right now.
Yeah.
Now here we go. Looks at the left hand. Looks for the left foot stab. Nails it.
And went up high too. You see, she came into that with a lot of room to squeeze. Going to get a little shake here.
They're so trained up on these styles now.
Yeah.
This is not to see something like that is not shocking anymore to a competitor at this level. This is what they do on the daily.
She does need to leave that right foot though. And
far reach.
Oh, that's powerful. Wow.
There it is. Nakaya, quite a bit shorter, on the shorter end of our competitors.
Yeah.
Truly just Charlie Barron.
The legs akimbo, and then give me some. Yeah, I love it.
Earned it.
And then this, Nakaya, that like air bump was wild.
Nice. Grab some air halfway through.
That's going to bring us our top two. Just like that, Boulder 1 is going to be in the books. Dylan Countryman and Helen Gillette.
It's not as hard as it can be sometimes. So let's see how they handle it. You never know. You really never know.
Bob,
I do have faith.
Helen. I do have faith as well.
Both of these competitors. Helen this morning topped all 4 boulders.
Yeah. And I haven't seen that in a long time, where the field is this close otherwise in talent and pedigree, and one person comes out so far above. Usually you'll get maybe you'll have one with 4, then one with 3, one
as
with 3.
As it is with Helen.
Yeah, as
right
it
now.
is this time, where Helen, just nobody looked as clean as she did at all in the round. So she's really pulled out something in that semifinal. Bob getting some of the twists, and then just, you can see him working out. How am I gonna? What do I wanna? Yeah, the questions are there. No.
There's nice. Helen on the left.
Very nice.
So we all know what to expect here. The step left, pressing up into the zone, matching it.
And then deciding how aggressive you need or want to be on the crimp drop.
Leans left, finds the left hand. Really...
It looks just for a second there that she was going to sort of do that. Yeah. That. I didn't know how to describe it.
And that she did.
And that
matches,
she did.
Moves the left hand left. Feeling good about it.
Feeling good about
it. Crowd. One more thing to do, though, for Helen Gillette. Looking comfortable.
Oh, my goodness,
chalking up.
Bob, looking how unpleasant it is to be facing in that position. Helen goes up nice and high.
Finds his way here. There's one for Helen Gillette. Now all eyes on Bob Countryman. Looks for the top.
He gets finally comfortable enough, says,
There
I don't
we
need
go.
that zone. I'm going to do it en passant, and he's going to top a boulder. Just remember some of the things we saw. So here's Bob, just sort of finally getting established, using it to balance.
Get set up, but then,
Nah,
see ya.
we good. Yeah.
There he goes. Big swing, that big helicopter twist with the legs.
Yeah. Annalise Van Huang is back to lead off boulder number 2 alongside Hugo Hoyer. Old school, steep.
Good holds out of the gate for Hugo Hoyer.
Yeah.
Big in cuts.
And
2 campus moves.
Yeah, Annalise still has to get established. That's part of the deal on that boulder.
Hugo still campusing.
Campus, squeeze. Good stuff.
Okay.
And there are options here that we'll slowly see play out.
Annalise getting established
Really
on
nice.
the left. Hugo Hoyer fully beast mode. This is hard.
Annalise jumping through. That's
my
really good
goodness.
climbing from her. And Hugo,
I am so wrong about this.
Wow.
He is an animal. Both
Yeah.
of them. Annalise on the
Same
left.
time, double top. I love double tops.
Dude, give me
Annalise
a break.
on the left.
That
keeps going for Hugo on
is
the right. That's insane.
Both of them. We talked to Chief Setter. He said it's really hard. My opinion, I said no one was going to top it.
Yep.
He just dominated that boulder. I am
Wild.
so wrong. I keep saying this. I got to stop being surprised by Hugo Hoyer and
Yep.
just outright say he's going to do it. Same for Annalise.
Simon Hibbler on the right. Melina Costanza on the left.
There we go. Sizing it up.
Getting another look around. So getting that sort of
Melina
toe
off the
hook
ground.
catch.
Yep.
And then I really like this kind of move here where you kind of fall into the catch.
Well, you're throwing your left leg and your left hand at the same time. Moving the upper and lower limbs together is a very specific skill that's hard. She is
Good at it.
eating this for breakfast.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Melina
Simon.
Costanza, done.
Simon
Simon
Hibbler.
Hibbler in the fight still, looking strong. Punches it to the zone, connects with the left hand.
Coming out
Fat,
of that
flaring
60-degree
pinch.
roof into the 35 to 40.
Looks for the high right. Gaston in the red.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just give you tiny holds and move them around. Like, we can do that all day. I mean, evidenced by how easy
Right here.
this 4.5-foot opening dead point is.
This, yeah.
And,
Oh,
you know, and
love
that.
it. It's cool,
It's
though.
great.
I'm glad that this has made its way into the competition
Yep.
because it's fun to climb on and fun to watch.
Yeah,
but then you
squeezing
get
into
the second
compression.
half. That's really what separates.
And he's gonna
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's had some good success at NACS, the North American Competition Series, which is a Canadian-U.S. collaboration in competition. So he's been doing good things.
so capable. He absolutely crushed at Vail last year.
And then
Here he
boom.
goes, fighting through again.
Good look at, I mean, that's steep. You said 60 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this pinch is awful.
Taxing.
Flaring.
It's a taxing intro, even though they're going to do it every time. Here he goes, looking for the right hand again. Presses into it,
Gets it.
fights it into the shoulder.
Gets it.
He's got
Can
a lot
he
of
get
limbs to
that
get up in
foot?
there. Oh, he loses the right foot, it looks like.
Centimeters away from that
Gosh.
being solidified into that position.
I feel the moments of disappointment and when
Yeah.
you get so excited and when you're so close, and that I feel it all.
Yeah,
Melina.
we're hands to head, hands on knees. We stand up in the booth over here.
Here's Adrian and Kiko Clark on the left side, Ben Hanna on the right.
A couple of off the podiums at nationals in 22 and 23, so he's hungry for a podium spot. He's always sniffing around it. You know he's got the talent. You know he's got the fight for it. That's for sure. And then Adrian also has been around it. Has some World Cup experience in the bag as well. She's absolutely familiar with pressure.
She knows how to handle all of this.
Love that. Take a couple tries. A good way to steal attempts, the root setters here.
There she is, using that low undercling with the right hand just in front of her hips. You can hardly see it.
It's the same, exactly the same color as the shorts.
There it is.
Boom.
Uses it to just throw the hip momentum to the left.
And I'm thinking if you're careful,
Here she
the
is.
women are
Looks
having
for it.
low.
1, 2. Just misses that right hand a little bit. Here's Ben
100%
Hanna
my
on
fault.
the right.
That was my fault.
You did it again, Pete.
Yeah. It's only the first time I've done it this weekend. Benjamin Hanna getting squeezy.
Okay. Looks for the zone.
Gets
Finds it. Moment of truth here.
Heel locked in. Need that
Looking
left
for the high
shoulder.
right hand.
Yes.
That's
Comes in
what I'm
slow like
talking about.
Hugo did.
Drags his way into it. Finds the high left foot. Looks for the match.
Gets the
presses
match.
in. A flip.
Benjamin
Now eyes on the
Hanna.
top. Looking for the left hand.
Got to be careful here. It's not great. Getting a weird
the
little
stacked
knee stack.
knee bar, it is really...
I don't know if I would rely on that. I think it's
I don't
maybe
like
time
it
to just
either.
squeeze. Just time
No.
to squeeze, Ben. He's going to go try and reset it. Someone talked about this back there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Just pinch, just clamp that white foot. The deep drop knee.
Oh,
That'll
no.
work.
He's going to do the same
Yeah,
general
yeah,
thing
there
that
it
he
is.
did on
Looks
that.
good.
My goodness,
Let's
Benjamin
go,
Hanna.
Ben Hanna.
Drop knees where they don't belong. Before you get back on the boulder, that's a taxing position to hang out in.
I don't know if he could have done that again.
No. And even there you see him showing Ahmed his fingers. Like something's happening down there.
Yeah, it cost me.
Yeah, Adrian Akiko has missed this move a couple of times now. Went once and shorted the crimp on the black volume, and then went once and shorted the move here. So she needs to put a little more spring.
For it.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Corrections to be made, and they are made. That's what we ask for. It's okay to not get it in the first try, as long as you read and recover along the way.
Nice casual match.
Yeah, good work to stay composed.
Showing flashes for Ben Hanna. Quite the round.
Yeah, that's fantastic stuff. And
Replay.
boom,
Adrian.
making sure. Here we go. Quinn Mason and Nathan Sato back out.
Don't want to assume that everyone watching this knows exactly what's going on. The brushes, if you try to hang on something and it's effectively dirty, it just becomes slippery. So an excess amount of chalk buildup or just oils from your skin build up and make the hold very hard to hold on to. And that is why it's really common in climbing. Everyone carries around brushes, and in this case, they're part of the venue. So that is why
We see it all the time.
brushing the holds.
It's super, super important.
Well,
Nathan doing
way up.
really good work here. Yeah, just swinging
Looks for
around.
Ooh, so strong in that right shoulder.
Very strong into the right shoulder
Finds the
position.
left foot. Looks for the flip. Not a problem. Looking good for Nathan Sato. Just 17 years old.
Yep, and now Jonah
What's it gonna be?
What's it going to be? A little foot dance down
Looks
here.
for
It's not.
The clamp.
Goes clamp. I was going to say,
Yeah.
you can't just, they want to just flag. They were like, I'll just flag out
don't
and
quite
do a
have
layback.
enough.
And you don't quite have the angle. Everything tips not backwards, but also backwards and to the right. It's not a clean angle. It's
and
on
your foot is not. It's completely
off.
vertical.
Yeah, it's bad. So they're like, I have an idea, and
I
then
love the
they
clamp.
adjust.
That's a great technique.
It's been all over the place this weekend. We've seen it on the routes.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the boulders. Quinn Mason now. Just got to dial this in.
Passing the zone. Looks for the jump. If you move away from the wall,
Now this
not in
angle
the
right
cards.
here, I'd love it if we stayed here. This will show you when the jump comes into play, how her movement matters in order to get
there she is.
in close as
Looking
well as
up
up
and left,
high.
transferring weight onto the volume.
She fumbled it. I think that's better.
Up.
Very important. And then once you're up there, the crimp is decent, but you need to get it accurately, or you're going to fumble it. I promise you, I would fall off this move several times in a row.
Here she is. She's going to swing to the right, swing back to the left, up onto that volume, jumps.
Tries to
Doesn't
go.
find it.
I think she tried to go two hands there, even. And sometimes it
it'll
doesn't
work.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it is
A lot
the
of
harder
times
thing.
it does not work. And it winds up being harder, maybe less committing, but physically much harder to execute.
And you look at the hold she's going to is a side pull. You can't hang it coming down. It is meant to be used sort of in passing to get up onto the black triangle volume. Quinn Mason,
right,
let's
back
go.
up and left.
Let's go.
Oh,
Now the clock is an issue. So at 15 seconds,
this is tough. She's already found the zone. I'm
Yeah.
not sure this attempt is going to be worth it. If she magically finds her way to the top, the only fortunate thing is that this is tough.
yeah,
This is not it.
no. And this is, you kind of do that for your own mental health. You're just going to be more
And to
annoyed.
deal with the heartbreak of still
Yeah.
not making it through.
So,
There she is one more time. Big swing, transferring that momentum.
yeah, trying to pop.
Tries to match.
Yeah, Adding complexity, and then the
clamp.
The clamp.
Here's Nikaya Sanders and Charlie Barron back on the floor.
Provide streams to you at home so that you can, connect to the climbing community at this level and see where the sport's going, what's going on. We reach such a broad audience, so I hope you're hanging out and having a good time at home.
Yeah, whether
if you're watching it later, maybe you're watching this next, maybe you're time traveling, you're watching this a week from now. It was a good time.
It was. Here's Nikaya.
Great
connects
work.
on the left.
Did you see that exhale? Oh, jeez.
Charlie Barron leaving the ground, canvases to the left. Looks for another. Both in nearly perfect unison there. Charlie Barron
very
is down.
nice.
Nikaya, so good at those momentum moves. Look at the use of that right heel. That is amazing.
Inside right heel hook, back flag.
Body positioning master, beta reading master. Nikaya Sanders finds her way through.
Yeah, and then that up, the super, super high inside weird heel back flag is not a natural body position. Back to Charlie Barron, getting his first campus move, reestablished. That foot is not enough, right? It's just to reset. And then he's not. He looks fatigued. It's in this situation, on this angle, in this moment,
now.
In the level of fatigue. They qualified yesterday. They did their semifinal this morning.
Yeah.
Charlie Barron, get over.
Come on.
Yes, makes it
Finds
stick.
his way through. The business, though, is only beginning. He looks for the zone. This will be huge if he can control the zone.
That is control
At
of the
least
zone.
Putting points in the board. Now grinds up over that right heel, tries to put it in the
my
right shoulder,
goodness.
finds it.
Charlie
10
Barron.
seconds on the clock, looking to make it happen.
Charlie Barron's
Connects-
got time. No, he's going to run out of squeeze.
Come on.
It's stressful, and he very, very nearly put it
Really
together.
close. I love that. I'd love it more if he found his way through. Nikaya,
With a
nice shot.
good, strong
So much.
slap. Dylan Countryman on the right side. Helen Gillette.
Out of fear of jinxing it, I'm not gonna launch my opinion out into the ether here. I'm gonna let it unfold. But I do have a secret opinion.
Helen, just a little anal thing. Just got to get that toe established. Setters love awkward start positions.
Bob on the right.
Bob, he's a
Canvas
springy, swingy
Yes, he is.
climber.
Not a problem. You
Yeah.
can see it.
See the
He
legs?
loves it.
Yeah, the legs absorbing all that momentum.
Finds the zone. Up onto the right heel. Helen on the left. Looking for the jump.
So they're in. Oh, okay. Undershoots it. Bob.
Is
That's so powerful to release the foot like that
Yeah.
with the swing of
Here
that
we go.
nature.
Flip.
Yeah.
Left hand connect. No issues.
No
Now the
reason to
match.
come off now. Bob Countryman with an excellent flash of Boulder number 2. Put that in the bank.
Look at that crowd supporting Helen Gillette right now.
That's a good look.
Love the energy out there. Momentum. Definitely feeling great about the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that mental component has a huge effect on the round. Here she is connecting to the zone again. And you're familiar with this move by now. Looking to transfer weight up onto the left to jump.
Oh, she's going to try and stall it. You'll have heard us talk about this, but if you're checking out Boulder Finals and it's the first thing you've watched, there is lots that happen in terms of instinct and decision-making and then adjustment between tries. So we want to see Helen make an adjustment. And now you're left deciding on your last try, well, which one of those was I close enough, et cetera, et cetera. So there is
right
there's
now,
risk.
in 40 seconds, she's trying to manage all of that.
Exactly.
She got a
exactly.
few choices, maybe one, maybe two attempts. What will it be? Looks for the right hand, finds it.
Excellent.
This is good. I think she can take it
exactly
home.
what you want. Is makes the
Enough
decision.
time. She doesn't have to move too frantically here.
Be calm. Yep. Get it
Is
right.
moving a little frantically.
Yes.
There we go.
So the stress crept in as the clock was ticking down. Nobody likes to be under a minute. Bob, a countryman, stomping on Boulder number 2 with a flash, making it look very, very good. And Helen, a little bit more stress in her Boulder number 2, took it down to about 15 seconds, but did exactly what needed to be done. That's going to bring Annalise Van Huang back out and Hugo Hoyer.
Don't be too frantic. Keep your cool.
Yeah.
Do it.
Love it. A little squeezy here from Annalise. This boulder climb's hopefully as cool as it looks in the steep where the
go
men
big.
just were.
swings out, once again, that same panel
Why
of the
is
wall.
Hugo using the untextured part to wrap? That is not okay, Al. This is
Setters call this one black ice.
we were both going to that right away.
Yeah.
It was like, let's
use it.
realize
Let's go
what
there.
you've got here.
More slippery than it looks. But especially right now with Hugo Hoyer really managing this quite well. Careful match of the zone. Now looks to the right. He wants to seal the deal right now. Can he find it? Yes, he can. So that is 3 flashes for Hugo Hoyer. Now all eyes on Annalise Van Huang, also sitting at the top of the pack. And here she goes, established once again.
Getting that foot squeeze, and then this is a little
Goes
coordination move.
Tough.
The volume above it, I mean, just blocks. There's just a bunch of things in the way of where you think you're going to be able to grab it. Annalise, back up here, going to go 1,
red.
2. Just bear down a little more on. Even the opening move is
Stylish.
yeah.
Like it.
The black that you see right above the red is just there to block the space. It's not a part of the volume. Yeah,
Love this angle.
This is good.
Looks forward again. 1, 2. Now here's the shot of Hugo Hoyer.
This is hard. And that black volume, although it was in the women's boulder, is in the men's boulder as well. They have the option to use.
Next athletes back in the field. It's Melina Costanza and Simon Hibbler.
Second place in that comp got 1 top.
Yeah, so not just champ. It was really
She stomped on
stomped
the field.
it. Here we go. Stomping again. See, not even Melina can control that red without connecting to that high left-hand zone. So,
And there's a possibility of stalling the red with the left hand low, but that pinch, the wide pinch, isn't particularly good either. So, and it changed his position.
Yeah.
Most of them are going to go Gaston here,
like that.
like that, and then make this feel very, very pressure, like much more push into the feet, and he can't get the feet to stick. So Hugo Hoyer,
Oh,
a bit of a
that's
magician, and that
nice.
was good. I like that a lot. I look for these things. I like aesthetics.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
notice the
understand
things
that.
that stand out as a little bit. What are the odds? There we go. So I'm getting a bit more of a wrap, but black ice.
It just might be the way to take it on that right side, the
Yeah.
dual tech side. You get the angle that you want. It may be slippery, but at least.
No.
As it turns out, if you're not Hugo Hoyer, he's absolutely on fire. Here's Melina on the left.
Great look from this
Matching.
angle.
Looks for it.
Oh, I love the stall swing and then pop.
Really late movement of that
Yeah.
last hand.
Yeah,
and then crossing over with the right hand, too.
complex plyometric kind of movement and slipperier than you think. So your brain likes to think that you've made that hold as good as it can be. 1 minute left. Melina Costanza, Simon Hibbler with work to do.
Back to Simon, looking for the zone.
Yeah, maybe he's going to go zone before getting the foot established because he is a taller man.
Yeah, with that blocked cramp, too. It's stabbing to it. It's really difficult.
Melina.
Looks for it again. 20 seconds.
Get springy.
Oh yeah. I want
really
the stick
want
as
that
well.
to work. And she's going to walk. Okay.
Top level competitor come out right behind him, barely be able to get established. Like what?
Ben Hanna now back out, and Adrian Akiko. And when the blood is clean, then Adrian will get her 4 minutes, and the crowd will probably love that.
Yeah, you get to at least focus your attention in one spot. So that's
He's doing it
pretty
too,
fun.
and it fundamentally. Oh
Oh,
goodness!
it is.
And there has been a move of late to have boulders climbing on not even dual text, but sort of no text, and the play is to have your hands be damp. But when you have to climb the rest of
Squeezing
squeezing it, fighting for that slide, almost getting it.
They're not like the volumes you stand on at home. They're bad. They're so close to being vertical.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
you need to really shift your body weight to the right.
So you want to be under the second hold, but you want to be high enough to get your feet over. This is a well-set boulder to force the climbers to do way more than they want in a very short amount of time.
Oof.
And as he says, Ben Hanna, time to go get a zone. I don't know that I love the heel hook. It takes you the wrong way.
It's not much good. 15 seconds left. Ben Hanna.
Just making it, and he's committing to the all the way around the no text side.
And here is Adrian once again.
I'm going to need it clean for when I get there.
Love that.
Oh, dear.
You just got to get some momentum moving forward so when your hands connect that the feet continue swinging. No, I don't mean it that way at all, but we'll see how it unfolds.
And you think, is it because I'm short? Am I missing something?
Yeah, even if she figures it out eventually, if you eat up a minute, 4 or 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, almost half her time gone. There it is.
Thank
a little
you.
momentum.
There we go. It's like, phew, no problem, everybody. It's all fine. It's fine. And then,
now, the real business, can she find her way through? Here it is.
very close.
Insane.
Agreed.
How hard it is.
All right, here we go now. Adriana Kiko trying to get set up, get her feet a little higher for just a little bit more friction on the way out. Adrian looked
as well
back to her judge with pretty big eyes. Take that extra step. Here we go. Here we go, Adrian. Crowd's behind her for sure.
Love it. Oh! Your body's falling away and down before you reach for that zone. There's no way to connect. You've got to get too far back into it.
Yeah, you need to Okay, so we hear things happening in the background.
You can barely hear the MC.
Yeah.
The fire alarm is still going off.
The judges. So Adrian was climbing her boulder. The fire alarm went off. So there was a fire alarm in the building. We're in a large complex. So there was a full evacuation required of the entire building. Everybody out, athletes out, people out, us out. We went everybody outside. We were allowed to come back inside, so we're getting everybody back established. The crowd is back in. We can hear Ahmed trying to keep them going. We got the athletes back. They got all their stuff back spread out again.
We're getting back settled.
Yeah, we're settling down. Adrian, who was still on the boulder when the fire alarm went off, will get 2 minutes back on the clock to get back on boulder number 2. Her first 3 attempts will count.
Back in the field.
Adriana Kiko Clark.
The crowd going nuts for her right now.
The crowd is going nuts for her.
And she needs it.
So she is really showing determination for such a young athlete.
She's going through it a little bit.
Yeah, she's going through it.
Here we go.
Adriana Kiko. Oh, I like it. That's close. Yeah, I actually think that her towel is still on the mat from when she left. She didn't take it with her. I think
left
it's
it behind.
in place. Adriana Kiko.
Looks for it again.
Needs a lot of spring off this red middle of this 2-part dyno. You see her really wiggling for position. Oh.
Keeps the clamp with the feet. Doesn't lose him. Is it going to be enough, though?
Almost.
Tough to decide whether to commit to that and continue or not. Let's see what she decides. Less than a minute now. Less than 45 seconds. What will it be?
Just this. The wiggle,
trying to wiggle
of
the feet out. If you can get them way up on there. Let's see. She's trying to hold those feet.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Oh,
so close. Yeah, at least one more try. As we mentioned, such a prolonged rest period, so nearly 20 minutes of rest. There's no reason not to empty the tank when it comes to this type of boulder, which invites you to keep trying. And the hold she's missing is the zone.
The zone. That's why it's worth continuing to try.
Through the round, you see a little high-five fist bump from Quinn. She knows that Adrian has been going through it in this final round. So Quinn Mason now and Nathan Sato.
Nathan Sato checking things out on the right, making sure those shoes are clean. Mm-hmm. Quinn Mason leaving the ground. And eyes up.
He's looking all the way to the zone. My goodness, that's hard. Jeez, that's a great look at that hold.
That hold on the right, that's eating up some skin. That is a skin eater. Minus the dual text on the right. He's managing it really well there.
Very well. That bump is quite telling.
Great
that's confidence.
Hip mobility there, stepping up to the right. You can really see
held
how...
it.
Yeah, that's sick.
He held it. Oh, and not able to hold it. That's a long time to be hanging on that left hand. A hesitant hop. You need to get a bigger swing. The hold they're grabbing, the start hold, it's a good hold on a terrible angle.
Yeah, if you put it on a vertical wall, it would be just flat.
But it's on a 60-degree wall, so it's 60 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in geometry, but there we go. That's the swing you want.
Time winding down.
Yes.
Already just 2 minutes. Quinn looks for it again.
Yeah, create momentum, and then it's almost like that plyometric activity where you grab that hold, you need some room in the system to pull again, so you got to get re-snappy, and it's so hard.
They're swinging out like complete dead weight as soon as you move in that direction, so working that to your advantage instead of having it rip off the wall is really complicated
and if you
to work out in under 2 minutes.
And if you can manage to get enough, I mean, we could get into the details, and I feel like we should because we have room. We got 2 more climbers. Squeezing can't provide the propulsion, and that's, I mean, technically very clever route setting, and then quite difficult to solve in 4 minutes. You see, she's got a big hip swing. You kind of have to generate momentum.
I like the
snap
match.
comes from the hips. Yeah, I like the match too.
The match on red. Yep. As you swing out, use both arms to pull up together.
That was very close. 30 seconds to go. But yeah, I'm with you. The match on the red, if you can get the timing right.
Quinn once again.
And it's this is completely normal in a final. It's just because we saw it all through the semi, but we've had a couple of boulders that the women have done, so they look a bit, unexpected, I suppose. Where the crowd seems surprised that boulders aren't getting done all of a sudden. This is normal.
It's just the third boulder
normal.
in.
Yeah, it's fine.
There
to
she
have
goes.
An untoppable
Sticks
boulder.
the red, keeps the clamp down low.
Time is up.
Oh, not this time. Maybe in the future. We've got 2 climbers left: Nakia Sanders and Helen Gillette coming out for the ladies. Still Charlie Barron and Bob Countryman. For the gentlemen, we'll see.
Charlie Barron and Nakia Sanders. You're going to have to go back and watch the beginning in replay tomorrow.
It's true.
Yeah, just join us now, and we'll take
Stay
you through
present
the rest.
with us. It's going to be fantastic. Nakia Sanders on the right, goes up. See, I like that.
I like it. I'm with you. And she's got that kind of, I think I can do that.
You can do the pull-up while swinging.
Yep.
It's hard to do that. Create that upper momentum, the one-arm pull-up while holding the swing at the same time. You get both hands on it, you have a chance. Here's Charlie Barron on the left.
Getting his mitts wrapped
That's
around.
what I think, too. That's how I think of it.
It's such an important piece of that puzzle, that right foot, when they decide to use it.
Here's Nakia.
There, just the timing on the swing. So much is happening between coming off that pinch and getting through the red to that black bucket. Charlie Barron back up here. Jeez, my goodness.
Nakia, again, looks for it. Oh.
Is a better decision, but the positioning is so awkward, and the foot is so bad.
Yeah, assuming that you have the hip mobility and to get the right foot over onto the right volume. Yeah. Definitely more stable, but
Charlie getting close. Nakia going to the 1-2 instead of the doubles. And Nakia's hustling. Get that swing in. And now the fatigue, unable to reestablish on red.
It's not just technical execution. Once you get tired, what are you going to do? Still fighting for it, both back on.
Here we go, Nakia. Charlie, so close. She is going to walk. I think we're probably under 30 seconds. I saw the red dots up there with a crimp blocking it. We look at Nakia here, just getting that timing.
Helen Gillette, Dylan Countryman, we call him Bob.
Excellent from Helen. Into that clamp right away.
There really are points on the table here.
Yeah, kind of going 1-2. It's interesting to see the sort of different setup methods. She kept her feet quite low, didn't think she needed the wiggle. Bob looking horribly comfortable on that sloper. That dead point is so difficult.
That tiny slot, it's completely blocked. Oh my gosh. And
he doesn't know that, but he should be
kind of the vibe of it.
But just watch him do the beginning of this. The dead point to the zone is just sort of really quiet, controlled power. That contact strength on the left hand is the class of the field.
He's currently sitting in second place behind Hugo Hoyer. Hugo, hard to unseat at this point with 3 flashes. Helen on the left, connects the red, keeps the feet. Can she hold the swing?
Yes! Oh! No! To hold the swing.
And
Quinn, not all holds are exactly the same depth all the way across. We know this. They have variables to them. So maybe that's a slightly better purchase for her. There's a reason she did that, of course. It wasn't a mistake. That first try fire is sometimes hard to recreate, as you were mentioning earlier.
But again, he got the zone. That's huge. A lot of promise here for Helen Gillette.
Just
trying to adjust the right hand.
Bear
to hold the swing.
Yes,
yes, the swing.
Yes, she
the
got
crowd
it.
goes wild. She's going to find the zone.
She got it. That's the zone.
There it is.
Oh my goodness, the crowd is loving it, and she
losing
knows.
it. I know you can hear it on the stream. She's looking for it. She gains the high left hand, locks in with the heel, looks for the top, toe hook to hold the position. There it is. Helen Gillette. Points on the board. That is huge for Helen.
Oh my goodness, what a wild top, almost out of nothing. And then we got Helen.
That crowd.
And Bob's still climbing.
That moment.
The crowd lost their minds as they do.
That is what we're here for. 20 seconds to go.
Bob almost
trying to make it happen. I don't think this is the decision. He's already got the zone.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that he doesn't need to do, and he wants to beat Hugo, right? He wants to stay in the running.
Oh my gosh, 7 seconds to go.
Buzzer beater.
A careful
3,
match. Looks for it.
2.
Go!
That's top. 1 second on the clock. Bob
is so wrong. That competitive spirit, that fire, that grit.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Helen. That stick is insane, and we thought the top of this boulder was actually going to climb quite difficult, and she
no, not a problem.
Absolutely smashed it.
Easy pull to the high left hand.
For Annalise Van Huang, and back to Hugo Hoyer.
It is not like these boulders are easy. We have seen that throughout the rest of our competitors' performance. Here's Annalise on the left.
Gets the jump.
Gets the ups, finds the zone. Now moving right. Delicate walk across this feature. Hugo Hoyer off the ground.
This boulder is just a lot of things happen on the men's fourth boulder, and the women's boulder suddenly gets very careful over here.
Oh my gosh, he's still on. He wants to flash this. Oh, so close for Annalise. Yeah. Hugo Hoyer passing the zone, looking up and right. All the focus. Finds his way through. This is insane. Hugo Hoyer is going to find his way through.
And coming back,
he's going to flash his boulder right now. Finds with the right hand. Easy finish. Hugo Hoyer flashing all 4 boulders in the round.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. He is sensational.
Hugo Hoyer, the class of the men's final, coming out of 6th position. 6-1 is super rare. As much as we say they all deserve to be here, etc., 6-1 is rare.
The unusual part of that is that he came into the round sitting in the 6th place position. That is the less common. Here she goes. Annalise finds the top.
Doing the slightly more careful double hop.
Really well done by Annalise as well.
Execution.
Here's the replays. Annalise. There it is. The glorious finish.
It's a really cool boulder the way you have to climb past the move that you had, and then you reverse course. So
here's Melina Costanza, Simon Hibbler.
But it's going to give you an idea of where we're at on the playing field, and what people have to move for, what positions can change, what kinds of things are going to be able to go on. In the last boulder, we have podium position changes. It does happen.
I don't think Hugo's not going anywhere, but some shifts could still happen.
Yeah, definitely there's a little bit of both.
Here's Melina on the left, carefully making her way to the right.
Just slightly different. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, just electing to try and go as static as possible, and then had trouble regenerating the momentum. Good catch from Simon.
Crossing to the zone. Now the momentum move. Throws it. Hugo's coming out first in all these boulders and giving a not just an inaccurate representation of how hard these are.
Yeah.
Melina up again. Getting a little bit out of the top of that volume there. Anything they can get, they will take. Stepping right.
She's going to go. This is going to maintain the slow approach. The left foot's fine, but not great. So you saw the slip the first time.
Very close.
Foot coordination boulders are definitely. I've been in style for a couple seasons now, where you're looking at the handhold and your feet are doing a lot of work. In the meantime.
Simon again.
Hibbler.
There it is.
Makes it stick. He's got to come back across.
A quick look at what he's doing as he decides.
Yeah.
There we go.
And just careful finish here. You just have to make sure you've got a little bit of composure.
Really well done.
Excellent work. Simon Hibbler, a rueful shake of the head. Maybe not the round that he had planned out for himself when he set out this morning, but making the final is step one. I respect all athletes' decisions on how they show their emotion in a round. Some get really psyched. Some, you can see them, are down on themselves.
Smile and showing, it's not the perfect round. We're all right.
What? Got to be careful. So just a few attempts getting stolen from Melina's scorecard, just based on the nature of the percentage, the low percentage style of the opening and the end of the boulder. She's going to stay with this. It almost worked.
Oh.
I just don't think she's getting far enough over.
Yeah, and I don't think she's really doing herself any favors by keeping it static like that. It's a tough choice to make in the moment of what feels best to you.
Sort of showing you how fatigued she is trying to get on the start. Here's Simon Hibbler with a little crowd
Quick
wave. We
look.
got a little love. And then...
no time to waste, jumping right back into the next round. Adrian Akiko joining us on the floor, followed by Ben Hanna.
Yeah, he's in the third spot, and he is he's unsure at this point because he didn't even get the zone on Boulder 3, but I think he's got potential here. He's going to fight for it. We know that.
He's got that covered. He knows how to do that. If he can do this first try, he could change some things.
Nice. And jumping into it.
Look at his
that.
execution.
Yeah.
He's so good at that. Here he goes. Looks for it. Oh.
Just shy. Adrian moving through, just cautiously getting the foot matches in. She's got something up there that she likes for that right hand. And then...
steps right.
Tentative. And similar to the women's second boulder where you got to kind of get a little more over and a little more up. Adrian making the jump easily a second time. And Ben getting snappy back up in the start position. I promise you that moves hard.
Yeah, that not just the coordination, but the physicality. That you can see the angle of the volume he's standing on. It's nearly vertical with the left foot.
Oh, is he gonna?
There he is. Looks for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
just misses.
So promising.
Adrian just misses. The men's boulder climbs relatively quickly for what it is. So yeah, maybe 3 efforts if you wanted them. I think just this is a commitment. So one of the things the route setters test for is security and commitment. Like, can you commit to something that's wildly uncomfortable, that feels wildly insecure? Do you want to jump in off of something that you otherwise not sure you could stand on? And that's what they're asking here.
Not strength. It's not a strength power situation. This is a toss your body to the right, do the jump. Really well done.
Very good, Adrian. Sorting that out in 3 tries, which is an excellent return on investment of tries.
And executing that right foot hop again. I love that method. Here's Ben Hanna.
Come on, Ben. Get snappy here. Get across. There it is.
Oh.
It does have podium consequences. Crowd getting behind him.
30 seconds. Ben Hanna needs to make it happen. Pulls through. Oh,
that's as close.
Just looks like he has
he's on it. It looks like he's on it.
I can't put it together why he's ripping off that hold.
Yeah, and I mean fatigue, fingers, skin, all of the things. Here we go. Look at Adrian getting it solved on the right hop. I kind of love that. It ends up looking so smooth.
Back in the field, Nathan Sato and Quinn Mason. A top first try from Nathan Sato puts him on the podium, if my math is right. I also got some help down from production.
But doesn't that put them in a tie? I'm just looking at the scores. I don't want to get into my phone too much. Quinn Mason moving across the top of her 4th boulder. Yeah, it's hard for us to... we're doing a lot of thinking, and asking us to do math at the same time isn't always fair, because as soon as we make a wrong prediction, we hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to...
Not very forgiving in that department. Definitely could be wrong about any of these things. However, I don't think it's going to be an issue, because if it were the case, I think he would have had to find the top first try.
Yeah. So Quinn, now she's going to go to the slow and steady method. I like seeing who chatted about it together in the preview based on the method they pick first try. So a couple of
Oh!
Climbers on the women's side who went slow and a couple who went quick. So you're going to have some division in decision making. It's one of those things. It's who talked to who about what.
And it really illustrates a lot of capable climbers that are on fire today executing that move without any issues. You take another one who's a really top-notch,
yes.
top level. That's hard to connect over to there
Yeah.
to that black undercling. Hard to generate that direction and get both your hands up under it.
I go back and forth sometimes, Al. I love seeing people smash boulders and flat. That was coordinatedly perfect on the start. I love seeing people like flash
Tear 'em.
and smash boulders. But then I feel that the thought from people watching at home is, oh, the boulders were easy. And so it's nice to see some struggle through the rest of the field just to say, like, even there, shorting the jump. And on her last couple tries, Adrian couldn't, or Melina couldn't establish the start position. The boulders, there we go, Nathan.
Very nice.
The
Huge
boulders
fight.
are asking so much of the climbers across the round that just because Hugo smashed it doesn't detract from the difficulty and everyone else's experience.
They're so tired. This is a huge week of competition. The last day, the last round.
She's going to have
She'll have a
one
chance.
really good track at that finish.
Quinn Mason
Big jump required.
looks for it.
Gets it. Excellent stuff.
Come on.
Got to move a little quicker than you want, but there's enough
Nathan
time for her to do
Sato.
it. Nathan gets established.
Another chance.
Can we have
under
double buzzer
15
beaters?
seconds?
I'm going to say
There's
it.
no way.
Double
I'll
buzzer
flip
beaters.
this table. Nathan Sato.
Almost gets it. 6.
Now it's to Quinn.
5.
Then he
Quinn
right.
Mason, got to go.
Looks for it.
Got-
No.
Oh, my goodness. Forced to rush in a situation where you need to be careful.
Well, I didn't have to flip the table.
No.
That's good.
He did stand up. He was ready to do it. All right, Nakia Sanders and Charlie Barron.
Nakaya needs a top in less than 5 attempts, and she squeaks her way onto the podium. I'm just
Yes,
a messenger.
plausible deniability.
We can follow along now.
Nakia must stop the bleeding. The clock runs.
Does not stop.
But you also have to stop the bleeding in the time it takes them to fix the boulder. So she's going to tape that up. You see even the music is, she ain't stressed. Charlie
Keeping it
Barron now getting back. Oh, not being able to unwind out of there. We are being told that she's going to get her full 4 minutes, so they must be blood as well behind her on the hold. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Nobody wants to climb at church. It's way too quiet.
Charlie Barron.
You want to be able to scream and yell if you need to and not feel like you're alone in an empty room. Good stuff.
Now, he's not going to make any changes on the podium right now, but he will have the opportunity to celebrate a big moment with the crowd if he can find his way through.
Yeah.
He looks for it, cues it up,
Yes,
There
makes
it
it
is.
stick. Charlie Barron
and you can hear from the
Yeah.
crowd, it is
They
all
know.
worth it. He moves back left.
getting the shoulders up in a big campus, doing an inside toe hook, fighting for that. My goodness. But he
Doesn't-
knows now. He knows
There
now
we
he's going
go.
to finish his round with a top.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Charlie Barron.
There
Look
we
at
go.
that.
I love it.
I love
Winding
it
the crowd
so
up.
much.
That's fantastic. So psyched on that. Just there. He knows it's over.
Dude, that really is like when you're climbing outside, climbing at home, climbing in a competition.
Yep.
The moments.
Doesn't matter if I top the boulder, don't top the boulder. No, that's the fighting spirit. That's the competitive spirit that they bring, which is, of course I want to top the boulder.
I'm so about it. I am
Yeah.
so fired up. Here's Nakia
Yes,
Sanders.
Nakia Sanders. Moving across now to the slow part. Just getting that sneaky little crimp.
Yeah, that's the spot.
You ever wonder why route setters block the corner of volumes? It's because these climbers get their fingernails behind absolutely everything you give them. Just lining
Look
it
at her
up.
poise.
Yeah. Just sort of fingertip to fingertip, deciding what to do. Take the slow road, maybe?
Looking
Yeah.
for the static step. Oh, so close.
Not quite.
How do you tell the difference in the moment? Well, you trust your
Yeah,
body
you
a little
trust your-
bit.
and you trust
and
your
just
instincts. Nice.
just
That
try
makes
to
that
do what you
jump
do.
so smoothly. Like for me, she's such a good springy climber that it's interesting that she's not choosing to make this also a springy move. And maybe she's just sort of an overabundance of caution at the top of this block.
Yeah, you can tell she wants to. Still looking for the static method. Oh,
that's very close.
Well, whatever method she decides to pursue, I still have faith in Nakia Sanders. She is so good at what she does. She's got an entire crowd here in Gaithsberg at her back. Let's see it. Just over 30 seconds.
We're on the edge of our seats up here.
Looking for the same. Trying to get purchase on that right foot.
Maybe just
this
a
is
little more
be
snap,
it.
a little more bicep. She does it!
There we go!
She does it! She does what is necessary in almost no time on the clock. Changes almost nothing except the amount of spring and the amount of squeeze. Nakia Sanders, the crowd lets her know she is psyched on that performance.
And I'm following along with these scores in real time. The number was she had to get the top in less than 5 attempts.
And now we have Helen and Bob Countryman.
Once again, Helen only needs a zone. She moves herself to first place.
And Bob
has already clinched the second place position. He's in it purely for the glory at this point.
And see what will go down. Helen taking a very big run up.
All right, established. She's eyes up. There's the zone.
Yeah, and I think the crowd is just excited. I don't know if they know that that's the difference maker.
I'm not sure. They're so amped up, and you give them anything, they're just
taking it,
blowing the roof off this place right now.
Love to see another top here. Bob winding the crowd up on the right side of your screen.
Helen Gillette in the semifinals round, 4 tops. If she can do it right now, to have 4 tops in the finals round as well will be sweet. Here's Bob in the right, connecting to the zone, looking to finish the deal.
Doing the slow starfish and not quite getting there.
Look at Bob on the right.
Springy, as you say, 100% in his style. Is he going to... Oh, yes, I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
That's what I've been waiting to see.
Yeah. Hop back over. Love it.
So good. Look at that smile.
Dylan Countryman finishing
good.
up.
It's a good day of competition.
Helen Gillette.
Back on.
Back on, looking for a top. Take us home in style.
The crowd still losing it. Helen Gillette steps right, looks for the top.
Oh, she's going to make us wait. Exactly. We're upstairs and off to the side. We're above everybody. The room, you can feel the energy. Helen has been unstoppable. That's
so again.
Good.
Here she goes. Connects. There it is.
Helen Gillette.
4 tops.
4 tops. This is great stuff. Absolutely love to see it. Helen Gillette, the excitement is evident. 4 tops in the semifinal, 4 tops in the final. That is going to be your 2024 Team Trials champion.
Holy smokes,
wonderful
Pete.
stuff. The youngster, Annalise Van Hoang, is going to be your silver medalist, and Nakia Sanders is going to maintain 3rd place. Bob first. And
like he's spring-loaded.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know what, I'll double back. That's fine.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
He's made for this. Dylan Countryman showing you how it's done at Boulder 4. Here's Helen. She so much control gaining out with the right hand. It was done before she even got the match. You could tell.
Our unofficial podium here. They're going to do the podiums after, but Ben Hanna will be your 3rd place at Team Trials.
2nd place. Here he comes. Dylan Countryman.
And your 2024 Team Trials champion, unstoppable Hugo Hoyer.
What a round for Hugo Hoyer. Here come the ladies in 3rd place. It's Nakia Sanders.
In 2nd place, Annalise Van Hoang, and your 2024 Team Trials champion, crushing semifinals and finals, Helen Gillette.
It's a lot of action. I mean, this is I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time.
We are not alone. They are among us. As the skies light up, they believe we are blissfully unaware.
All right.
All right, folks. I'm here with the winners, Hugo Hoyer and Helen Gillette. Come on, make some noise. Crazy comp. A lot of things happened today. Helen, how did you feel before this comp, during, and right now?
I just felt really, really good coming to this comp. Just been focusing on being in a good place with myself and having fun climbing and just trying to bring that here. Yeah.
You know, we talked about that a little bit in ISO, and you know what? I think you definitely showed that today. You really did. Congratulations to you. Hugo. You had a pretty phenomenal comp yourself. How did you feel during the comp, and how do you feel now?
Felt like everything I worked on training at home just kind of finally came together and really paid off, and now I'm just super psyched and excited for the summer and next year.
Fantastic. Hard work paying off. We love to see it. All right. Well, thank you, Helen. Thank you, Hugo. Give it up for him one more time, folks.